we have a request. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. My name is Jorge, aka George. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. Big shout out to little Monica from Norway for the coffee donation. I really appreciate the support and I'm excited to check this out. It is AURORA full performance live on KEXP, who I think I've reacted to other people from this show, KEXP, and this is actually from this year. Oh, well, no, actually recorded last year, November 25th, 2024, but it came out 2 months ago. And the songs here are A Soul with No King, Invisible Wounds, When the Dark Dresses Lightly, and Starvation. I have heard A Soul with No King and Starvation, to my knowledge. I'll have a playlist at the end so you guys can see my reactions to other songs by AURORA. Here it is. Just want to review this here. Starvation, yes. And A Soul with No King. All right. So let's get right into the video here. It's of course kind of long, 33 minutes. So just relax. Just, get some popcorn. I already ate my popcorn, but you get the idea. Grab some water. Put your headphones on. Let's begin.
You're listening to KEXP. You can find us at 90.3 FM in Seattle, 92.7 FM in the Bay Area, streaming worldwide at kexp.org, and also on the KEXP mobile apps. Thank you so much to our wonderful listeners who support KEXP. Your financial gifts make all of these wonderful sessions possible. You can learn more about us and make a gift anytime at kexp.org. I'm Cheryl Waters down here in the KEXP studios, so excited to be here with an artist we have loved for many, many years, and I know beloved by all of you as well. It's
right before they introduce her, guys, feel free to check out my Patreon. You can sign up for free, come for the music, stay for the fun.
AURORA live in the KEXP studios. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's so wonderful to have you. It's always so great to see you. And a new album. We're so excited to hear songs from that. You ready?
Thank you. Yeah, we are ready as you can be.
It's AURORA live on KEXP.
Still have to react to that album. To the whole album. Stay tuned. Soul with No King. That's the song, right? Yes.
I know you know me, and you always will. Like a man with no soul, a soul and no king.
She laughs.
I know you feel me, your heart unfulfilled, like a world with a mother and a home never But if this is what you want, why speak of right and wrong? You still going for the kill. You speak of the devil like he's not your friend. When the world starts to burn, you give your heart to hell.
mic under her shoulder, under her arm.
You're listening to Aurora live.
If there was a crowd, that's where they would clap. Well deserved. Just a quick comment here. Very strong song to start off. I think that's like, okay, now we're getting the idea. This is who she is. This is what she does. Huge shout out to the backup singers. I think they did a great job with creating like ambience in the room, right? And it just takes you places, the different sounds that they use, like the shaker, the effects. At some point they were doing like the and what sounded maybe like dogs or some animals, like creatures. So it really, like, in my imagination, I feel like I'm in the forest, in some sort of magical land. Every time I watch Aurora, it's just mesmerizing. So very good start. And her face, she always looks happy. She knows how to perform. She's feeling it, and her energy is contagious. You're just like, well, she's having a good time, then I'm having a good time, right? It's that energy. Very good so far.
On KEXP, songs from the new album, What Happened to the Heart?
What happened to the hearts? Yes.
This song, oh, I'm playing piano on this song, I forgot. This song is called Invisible Wounds.
Invisible wounds.
I squeeze into a small hole through the eyes of needles to stitch you up again, even though I know so well I can't fix anything. I look for blood to shed, mistaking every vein for thread. I'm spreading out too thin as I'm lying in my bed, barely existing. And I need you, and I need you to understand to understand. Sometimes I see light, and I fear it's only fantasy. Oh, wouldn't it be tragic if there is no light in me, not any magic? And I need you to forgive me if you can. If you can.
It goes from like to
I know the best I can. It isn't always good enough. It hurts to know I hurt you, like I know it hurts for you to know you've hurt me. And now my blood is yours, and life is slowly losing touch. How do we learn to tend to these invisible wounds our homes gave us? I can't heal you, and you can't hear me, even if we wanted to. And now I wanted to, and I need you to stop needing me like I've needed you. We both need to tend to the invisibles.
That is breath.
and that's where you clap again. Every song is a different world. As we can clearly tell from this one, the vibe so different from the first song, which was like an opening, like more festive. She was walking here, she was walking there. She has very big eyes, which is useful to her in the sense that she can be more expressive, right? So in the first one, she's like very lively, and here, actually, most of the time, she's like that, very like And for this one, she's more somber, sitting at the piano. Which, by the way, the sequence that she was doing, the melody, it was repetitive, super repetitive, but it was done in such a light tone that you could just kind of barely hear it in the background, right? And you were just focused on her words and her vibe. I don't know how else to describe it. With Aurora, my main impression, or what I focus on the most, is just like her vibe, more than even the lyrics, her vocals, what she's singing. It's just like a whole experience, like overall what I feel when I see her. And like I said, she's very expressive, and that helps in selling the performance. So very good. And it's also a bit like trippy that all the singers are wearing the same kind of black outfit, and they have the same hair, same skin complexion. I don't know if they're related. I don't think so, but it's just like at one point I thought there was only one backup singer, and then I saw the other one. I was like, wait a minute, they look very similar. And then Aurora, same hair color and everything. But yeah, I guess that's, if you're from Norway, that's what you look like for most. And actually, where is she from? The host here of KEXP, if anyone knows the answer there. All right, we continue.
You're listening to Aurora live on KEXP, the beautiful new
You're listening
album, What Happened
to
to the
Aurora,
Heart.
GeorgeTheCloud channel. Yeah, different energy here. She's getting in character.
As I pour out my story, drink me up. There is wine in every word. Here's to us now, my dear, going strong now. And the dark dresses lightly, razor sharp, as she cuts right through my soul. Here's to us now, my dear, it took too long. Guess I shouldn't have kept the knife in my heart for so long. Guess I shouldn't have held back when I needed you to know. Guess I shouldn't have kept the knife in my heart for so long. Guess I shouldn't have held back when I needed you to know. Ooh, 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 oh, I just want to cry. Ooh, 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 with you tonight. Ooh, 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 oh, it's perfectly fine to grieve the hurt that's gonna die. Oh, oh, as I dance with my sorrow, make amends. There's so much you still don't know. Here's to us now, my dear, we're going deep now. All this fear is contagious. Now we're here, let all the sadness overflow. Guess I shouldn't have kept the knife in my heart
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Just it's a roller coaster with her. This song, the vibe here was like kind of sharp, kind of intense, a little dramatic, but more in your face, right? You know, and it's really great when they decide to do this in to have variety, to take us in like a different route every time. So I like the way she thought about the order of doing the songs, because the last one was super, somber, more, chill, and this one is like, I like the bass in this one a lot. This might be my favorite song so far. Although, like I said, it's hard, because I wonder if it's even like, the fact that all her songs are so different, is it harder for her or easier to memorize them? Because they're so drastically different. And this one with that bass, I really enjoy that. And it feels like tense, suspenseful, but in a good way, like a long build up where something's gonna happen, and at the end she exploded and she said, "Oh yeah." Okay. By the way, what is this song called? I forget what do we have here, because I hadn't heard that one before. Oh, When the Dark Dresses Lightly. Ah, all right. Interesting. What could she mean by that? When the dark dresses lightly. It's something like when the, like if somebody, like if a dark entity was at a party or something like that. It's like almost like a demon in disguise. I don't know, it could mean so many things, but we continue. So the final song is going to be really long? Is it just one final song here?
That is Aurora live on KEXP. Oh, I don't know what's happening to my heart right now.
My pure heart. She's warming up, doing push-ups.
I miss the touch of human hands. Oh,
at her go.
Yes.
I'm speechless.
That's so awesome. I mean, she mentions it in the song itself. She has so much stamina. My God, I mean, I keep forgetting, how old is Aurora? She's like 27, around my age. 28. Okay, yeah, we're 1 year apart. I don't even think I have that much energy. Man, it's so good to witness that, just unleashing her inner self. I don't think it happens that often. I mean, of course, most musicians, if you're really good, then you just let everything out, right? It's whatever at that point. But haven't seen anyone like this energetic. Like, it reminds me a little bit of I think Angus Young, the singer for AC/DC, and his way of performing. And I forgot to mention this in the previous song, but the way she goes from like chest voice to head voice, and she goes into those peaks. Like, I can't do it, especially because, you know, I didn't warm up before this. But it reminds me of Tiny Tim, right? I'm sure you guys have heard Tiny Tim. He did most of the songs in SpongeBob, living a wonderful life, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think Starvation is my favorite song from Aurora. Man, that's crazy. The energy there. Wow. So what is the rest of the video? Maybe interview, or what's going on? What happens here?
You've got me speechless. Aurora live on KEXP. As always, every time I see you live, I'm left not wanting it to end.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is
you.
incredible.
Thank you, darling.
I also feel like going to the club right now.
Yes, right? You want
Yeah.
to go after?
Yes, let's do it. Even though it's early.
Yeah, I felt like I was in a Berlin club in the middle of like underground techno.
That'd be fun, actually.
It
A
would be
midday
super
dance
fun,
party.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, thanks for bringing the party to the midday here on KEXP.
Yes,
You
of
all
course.
sound fantastic. Aurora, in your new album, What Happened to the Heart, you dive deep into the symbolism of...
All right, so great. Okay, so we have an interview. It's her explaining. All right.
Aurora, in your new album, What Happened to the Heart, you dive deep into the symbolism of the heart. And I'd love it if you could talk about a little bit what the album title means to you and the exploration of the heart's deeper meaning that was revealed to you as an artist and a person.
Well, the album is a very important question to me. What happened to the heart? Because that is a question I find myself wondering quite a lot. I was just looking at the world, I think, and I feel like we've been given so many opportunities through like science and internet and just through common knowledge to really glow as a humanity and really be good to each other. And I feel like we are given opportunities again and again to really make a better world for ourselves and for others. And again, I feel like we're not grabbing those chances because we use the tools so often for bad things. And I was thinking about, what on earth happened? And I read this letter written by indigenous activists and leaders all around the world from 2022 called We Are the Earth. And they kind of pleaded politicians, especially of the Western world, to act more with the heart and less with the mind, because the way we are living now isn't good to our earth, our children, our women. It's a very unbalanced thing. And I guess I just really agreed with this letter, what happened to the heart. And also, we used to think of the heart as like such a beautiful, symbolic thing, like spiritual interconnectedness, the whole harbor of all of that. And then now we don't really value its abilities anymore because we like power and brutality and logic more. So all of that kind of is the album.
I love how intellectual and
That's a very good point, that it's like whenever you're dealt with a situation, you either think of it, like with your heart or your mind. And most of the time, I think people tell you to think with your mind, especially like it's such a complex topic. I mean, guys, I don't have time to to dive into this really a lot, maybe in a live stream. But yeah, the world is controlled by industries, by companies, by people in charge that want to profit and see the earth as a business. And if you approach it as a business standpoint, then you use always your mind, and you're not going to let your heart go into it. It's almost like investing in stocks, right? Day trading. So like I did that a little bit some years ago. And it's like, to be able to do that, you have to, let your emotions, like turn off your emotions, your heart, everything, and just think about it with such a just like numbers point of view, very stiff. So I get what she's saying, and it seems like a letter that really touched her. I wonder if that's public information. If we can, what did she say it was called? We are the Earth, or something like that. The indigenous letter. Maybe we can check it out. Well, like not now, but I'll do it on my own.
cerebral you get about
That kind of is the album.
I love how intellectual and cerebral you get about things that you're interested in. I mean, you really dug deep and looked into the heart from, way back, and how it was viewed originally before we even viewed it, as something that was pumping blood through our body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought it was so interesting because it's like people, we know in our soul so much, even as a child. We know almost more about how to behave, and then we forget that behavior, and when we're adults, in a way, we are less intelligent, especially spiritually and emotionally, almost, than we are when we are children. Because at least then we dare to feel and just be, and we know that certain things aren't necessarily a talent, but just behavior, like music should just be a behavior, not necessarily a talent. And I think it's the same with, like, a long time ago, we really thought about the heart as like the most important organ, even before we knew its abilities or its exact location. We seem to know that somewhere in here lies the soul, and this is important. And then the more knowledge we had from the heart, I think it was the ancient Greek philosophers that started kind of pinning it down, and together with Da Vinci, they kind of learned about the heart and reduced its magicalness to just a pump of the blood. And that's so sad, because it's so much more, I think.
Yeah, it's at the core.
Mm.
There's so much to talk about, but just basically, I get her point about what she's saying of children and how they're more pure in a way, and they act based on possibly instinct and just with their heart. It's almost like a dog, right? Dogs are like just creatures of emotion, and that's all they are. That's why they're so pure, they're so loving. It's like the simplest form. And so children up to a certain age, they have no sin, and then they slowly get corrupted by humanity and everything else. So I get that point. And then the other, with Da Vinci and the heart, yes, I get what she's saying. Like, the heart is, of course, physically an organ, but at the same time, it has spiritual value. I would say it's kind of connected to the soul. I'm not the expert here by any means, but it's just what I'm getting. It's different from, like, I don't know, a different organ, like your pancreas, right? Or your liver. Like, that's just for a certain, for that specific thing that it's used for, that function. But the heart, it's more than just for pumping blood.
Well, along with reflecting on what's going on in the world, you've also said this album is deeply personal, and you've described the emotional journey as one of breaking apart before finding truth. Can you talk about looking inward on this album?
Yes, it's a thing that don't do that often. Sorry, my nose is really sniffly. But yes, it's a thing I don't often do when I write my albums, because there's so much to hold on to out there in the world, and I've always had a huge thirst to kind of write about other people and the world, because there's so much to say. But then this time I found myself in a very special place, and I knew, like a bad special place, not like a wonderful special place. And then I was thinking, it's going to be heard in the album anyways, so I might as well wear it proudly, my shadows, and wear it loudly, so people who feel the same can find an even more safe haven with me, which is my goal always when I write music. So it feels really refreshing, actually, and being vulnerable feels like you're even more prone to be truly connected to even strangers. So it's been absolutely delightful. It was fucking shit. Sorry, it was forking.
What did you say?
Not so good for a while, but then it turned out to be really wonderful.
Well, you talked about just now people finding a safe haven for you, and you actually made it a mission to write this album in what you called unsafe spaces. Can you share some of the experiences or environments that made you feel most vulnerable and how they shaped the record?
Yes, I wrote most of this album just traveling around the world, because the latest years I've been having it as a goal to kind of go to one place and lock the world out, even though it's the world I'm writing about. But lock the world out and stay in a house or somewhere just alone for a month or 3 and make an album. But this time it didn't feel right, because there's so much happening in the world, and kind of simultaneously as my pain grew unbearable, it was for some reason more easy to see the pain kind of the world is going through as well, because there is so much pain out there that we fail to see because we are too busy being distracted by all these senseless things. So it was really important for me to be truly connected to like something that is really real and gritty and dark, so I could truly write about the world without being naive. Because I think you have to really touch on to something properly painful sometimes to actually write about it. So yes, I think just all over. I feel unsafe everywhere, and except for Norway.
Well, there is the lightness and the darkness, as you say, in this album, and such a diversity of sound throughout what happened to the heart. It gets you dancing, as you just did, and then these quieter, folkier moments. And are there any specific moments in what happened to the heart where you found yourself stretching your sound into unexpected areas? Because I know you approach songwriting and recording in just a very playful and experimental fashion.
Yes, I do really like that.
That's a very good point. Playful and experimental. That's what I see from her too.
A very playful thing to me. I'm glad that I know so little. So it's so easy to kind of just grab hold onto anything you find around you. But I think I kind of knew that I wanted the album to start quite light and kind of go into the lands of denial, like a false positive sense of ignoring your issues and the pain and the darkness in a way that is unhealthy, which I kind of wanted the beginning of the album to sound like Feel Alright is a very oblivious song. And then it kind of turns a bit darker, because once you lose touch with your sadness, you also lose touch with all the wonderful things. And then being numb is truly the worst, isn't it? Because it's so anti-human. And then you try to fix that numbness with then going into actually facing what is wrong and what is hurting you, I guess. And then it kind of turns into anger for a little while there. Starvation and my body is not mine. There's a lot of female rage in this album, which is so nice, because it doesn't necessarily kill. It only burns.
Well, You said that you're
Yeah, she's definitely very connected to her female side. And I think every human, we have both, right? The male and female parts of what makes us. And of course, if you're a male, then you're mostly connected to your male side, female, then your female side. But we each have both, I feel like. And she's very connected to her female side and just her like spiritual being. She's higher. I think some people as well. There's never just black and white. There's always a spectrum for everything. And in terms of spirituality, we all have it, and it's just some have way more than others, right? And I feel like she's very high, close to the light, I would say. And I like just the way she expresses herself. She sounds so pure. She's really it's really almost like cute to watch. Just the way she's saying everything and her accent. I really enjoy her voice as well.
Hoping that people will find this deeper meaning in the album, and there are some very difficult topics here and some rage, as you say, but it always feels like it's fueled by love.
Always, because it's too simple, I think, to unite people through. Not that you have to unite people, but that's kind of what you want, isn't it? With anything that you make. But it's too easy to do it with anger and fear and rage, because that happens all the time, especially in politics. We love to make a whole country seem like it's totally split and like the two sides are truly opposites, when it's never the truth at all. We are so alike, all of
America, does that ring a bell?
us, and we truly want the same things. We just have to experience more that makes us believe that we are at one. But it's always the splitting voices that kind of shouts the loudest, it seems. And I think music really has to fuel people with love and unite people with something that is just enjoyable and pure and beautiful, because it's so rare. It happens so rarely now in this world. Sorry, I don't remember what you asked me, but I wanted to say that at least.
That was perfect. Well, you've had such a profound impact on your fans who find such deep meaning in the layers of your music. And do you see your role as an artist in any particular way, especially as in this evolving music industry, you can have such deep connection and direct connection with your fans?
Well, it is it's a very strange thing, because I don't think any human is supposed to be so. Bless you. I don't think any human is supposed to be so.
Somebody sneezed? That sounded like a dog.
Bless you. I don't think any human is supposed to be so connected to so many. And I hated the point in my career where I truly noticed that it's impossible to, in person now, to recreate and replicate and truly meet just the same in the energy, because at one point my world, my universe turned too big for even me. But then I've learned with time how to kind of truly reach, or at least the best I can, reach out to the now much more warriors and weirdos, as we call ourselves proudly. But yes, it's just about finding a proper way to kind of connect with people, even though we are so many now compared to before. But I truly enjoy it. I think it's why I talk about positivity so much. Or like, I guess I'm quite negative sometimes, but I often talk about that there is hope. And there is so much good and beautiful in people to believe in and to like hold on to. And it's so worth going out of your way to be good to people, because it makes any room so beautiful to be in. And I think that my fans have taught me, because they've shown me that all over the world I can find so many beautiful souls, I guess. So they've helped me fall in love with mankind, which is really good. That's a very good gift to be given.
Well, you definitely radiate compassion and kindness, which is something we need around the world. And thank you for bringing us this wonderful performance here today, all of you sounding amazing. What Happened to the Heart is incredible.
Thank you.
You've got it tuned to KEXP, where the music matters. Aurora live here in the KEXP studios. What Happened to the Heart, the beautiful new album. We're so grateful for this amazing performance today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get notification every time a wonderful new video launches. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's Aurora live on KEXP, where the music matters. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.
I would say that Aurora gives me hope in humanity. First things first, we hit the like, I subscribe, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. Well, that was amazing. I mean, what a performance. That was just so, it's like passively epic. It's so amazing that we don't even know it's amazing. And also the follow-up interview, just listening to her and how her mind works. It's I'm gonna have to check out more interviews from Aurora. I mean, of course, songs as well, but just interviews, which I don't often watch just because of time. You know, a lot of people comment like, oh, check out the interview from like every artist I react to, but it's just, you know, I can't get to all of them. But I think Aurora would be really cool to watch. I just enjoy, you know, even her accent and the tone of her voice and everything. So very cool. Thank you so much, little Monica, for suggesting this. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you have more suggestions, comment down below. Hit the like, subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.